right. Yay.
I don't really have a topic, like topics. I'm going to tell you something that I feel is working for me, and you guys can just interrupt, and if you guys already know this. But how many of you guys have full-time jobs outside of Beachbody? Okay. And how many of you guys have small kids or kids and you're running like crazy? Okay. How many of you find that very stressful and you're trying to figure out how to work your business and you have big goals to quit your day job, but you just you're struggling figuring out how to handle and juggle it all? Okay. I do stay home and do Beachbody full time, and I have done Beachbody full time now for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Anyways, I do have 3 children. My oldest is 11, so it's not such a big deal. But I am home all day with he just turned 5, and my one that just turned 2. So I can totally relate to the struggle, and I have anxiety issues anyways. And so I am all over the place before I found a system that worked for me. So I was, tired. I was sleeping until 7. That's when my oldest would get up and we would get ready to go to school. And I would come home and I would be running around like crazy. And oh my God, I gotta get my workout in. Oh my God, I gotta post to my team page. Oh my God, I gotta post here. And oh my God, I gotta post here. And it just was not, I was just all over the place. I was not organized. In my business, it totally showed. It just totally showed. So, hi guys. So, my coach, we started a 5 a.m. group, and we got everybody interested in the Miracle Morning. I think I've talked about this before. But it's the Miracle Morning for network marketers, and that is the one that was a game changer for me. So, depending on, and this can work for everybody, if you work at home, you're stay home all day, or you might have a job outside the home, and I can totally help you with that too. But I wake up between 4 and 4:30, no later than 4:30, every single day. And I have my list out of what I need to do. The very first thing I do, and this is just kind of my routine, I get up, I roll over, and I put my earbuds in my ears. And usually for me, it's Joel Osteen. My husband gets so mad at me because by the time my workout and everything's all done with, and he's just getting out of bed, and I'm like, because I'm all energized with my Energize, and he's like, would you just shut up? So I usually for me it's Joel Osteen because it kind of just motivates me for the day, and it might be different for somebody else. I make sure I get up and I drink my Energize, and I go out to my garage where it's a little cold out there right now, and turn on my Beachbody On Demand, and I get my workout in. And I feel like this is the early morning time is the best time to reach people. I notice that I have so much energy after my workout, and this is between, my workout's probably done about 5:30, 5:45. I will do a live video. I will do my post. I got my workout in, and as soon as I've done my morning post, whatever that is, I check in my team page, and I check in all of my challenge groups. And then by all this time, 7 o'clock is here, so it's time to get my son up. So I'm making him breakfast, whatever. So I kind of quit that for a little bit. But as I'm driving my kid to school, I invite, 15 people with a voice messenger app. So I will have my list with me as I'm driving down the road, not texting and driving, but I am sending voice messages. And, you have to remember, I'm hyped up on Energize and coffee by this time. So could you imagine the people that are probably annoyed with me? Oh my God, it's way too early for this girl, please. But I'm just telling you guys, if you really want this to work, there is a way. And then on my way home, I'm doing my voice messages. And then the rest of the day, I'm going to be completely honest, I do work, but it's not like I'm sitting at my desk. I am doing normal other things with my kids. I take them to the park. I find that a great opportunity to do live videos. I find that working from home and doing this business, or any business, your Facebook page is a reality show. We're not all fitness and, Shakeology and stuff. Your Facebook page needs to be a reality show. you have to, the people that are admiring you from afar, you have to think, what, you have to think back. And I kind of got to put myself in somebody else's shoes in a way, because I started counting macros. Thank you, Sherry. And I found this video on YouTube, and she is a figure bikini competitor. Well, I loved her video because it taught me, like, I was just really learning from her video. And I found myself kind of becoming obsessed with her in a normal way, like, oh my God, I have to watch all of her videos. Then I would see in some of her videos, she started to tell her life story, like how she got into figure competing. She had a child at the age of 15, and she got her kid taken away from her. And still to this day, she doesn't have custody of her child, because I think that her child was adopted. So she talks about all these struggles that she's had and how fitness has changed her life. So I find myself, getting on there and just, I'm following her, watching everything she does. And I'm not liking all of her stuff, but I am following her. So it's like, oh my God, like, I don't want to know just about her counting macros. I want to know all about her life. I want to know what does she do? She does live videos as she's driving down, to go to the gym. She shows what she's eating. And so that really has helped me so much as being in somebody else's shoes. That's really showed me, oh, that's what your people want to see. They want to see your life. They want to see what you're doing every day. Like, if you've ever followed a celebrity, I don't know, I think of the Kardashians. I have no idea why. If you've ever followed a celebrity ever, you want to know you want to see them go get their hair cut. You want to see them get their nails done. You want to know what they're doing all the time. And so that, staying home and working my business, I'm constantly, if you follow me on Facebook, I don't know if you do or not, but I constantly pictures all the time. You will see pictures of me, like whatever I'm doing, I am taking a picture of it and I'm posting it, and I'm just telling about my life. And that is why people are going to come to you. I had a girl come to me that, I didn't steal her or anything like that, but she was Anita Myron's customer. And she ended up coming to me, and I'm like, why? Like, why in the heck would you come to me? And she was like, because she was in my free group, and I didn't even know that she was Anita Myron's customer. And I was like, who is this girl? So that's talking to her. She was like, I just found you on Facebook and started to follow you. And so that's how I met you. And then I asked to be in your free group. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, I just don't understand. Like, why would you come to me? And I was just asked her that honest question. And she was like, because your free group was so awesome. She was like, you were doing live videos all the time. You were just always in there. And she was like, I've never experienced that kind of group before. And it just made me think, guys, you put your blinders on and quit, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, but it doesn't matter. I know that we get intimidated by some of these other coaches, and it doesn't freaking matter. As long as you're showing up every single day and you're being yourself and you're showing your life and you're showing your struggles, people are going to come to you because they relate to you in that way. Hope that makes sense. Consistency is so huge. You can't be here January and then leave in February and then come back in March and then be gone again till June. And, oh my God, I'm in it now. I'm in it. I'm like, okay. I'm just like, I don't even like those kind of words anymore. I'm like, I just want you to prove it to me. I'm like, good. I hope so. I do. But prove it to me, because I have been consistent from day one. I am not a perfect, I've got a lot of work to do, but I mean, I hit Success Club when I was in labor with my son. Success Club was that important to me. I had to hit Success Club. So, I mean, I'm consistent. I'm going to show up no matter what. And you have to show up no matter what. I will tell you, I almost went through a divorce this last year. It was just really bad time. This has probably been the worst year of my life, like the absolute worst year of my life. Like, so much horrible things have happened. And through all of that, I have continued to be positive and show up. And I'm going to be honest with you, there are some days I did not want to get out of bed. Like, I literally did not want to get out of bed. I was so depressed. But no matter what, I showed up every single freaking day. I'm always on my team page, always on Facebook, and I show up. And you're positive. and you do talk a little bit about your struggles. Like some things just aren't anybody's business, but you've got to talk about your life because that is how people are going to relate to you. Nobody cares that we're Beachbody coaches. I say this all the time. Nobody gives a crap if you're a coach because anybody can be a Beachbody coach, right? Anybody can sign up, pay the $40 and be a coach. But what they care about is what are you going to do? How are you going to change their lives? So every time you post, every time you decide, I don't want to show up, I'm just too tired to post today. I'm not going to get out of bed. I just want to sleep in. I just want to take a day off. You have to think back in your mind, who is watching you? There are people, guys, even though they don't like your stuff. I mean, I get messages all the time. I'm like, I didn't even know, like this person's never liked any of my stuff, but they watch you. And if you are consistent, that is who they're going to sign up with because you're there every single day, no matter what. So that's helped me. You can ask questions if you want, but I know that somebody else is going to talk, I think, right? So.
Yes, that's a perfect lead into Amy's consistency. So Amy, you just hit Success Club All-Star.
Yeah.
Yay, Amy.
Oh, yay, Amy. Great job.
And she just lost her mom this month too, and she still hit All-Star. So I wanted her to speak a little bit about, like it doesn't matter about, tragedy in your life. You still need to be showing up. It doesn't, like 2-3 years ago, I got divorced. I still hit Success Club. So like things happen in your life and that's just going to happen, but you have to stay consistent and you still have to show up. So Amy, take it away. Tell us how you did this month, even with the tragedy that happened to you.
Okay, let's do this. All right. So like we've all been talking about, coaches who succeed are the ones that are consistent with their business activities. They do their vital behaviors every day, inviting, listening, or reading to their personal development, drinking their shake, working out, showing up on social media. We've heard it over and over again. But usually when life gets tough or there's something comes up, we tend to just throw the notion out the window and we kind of just stop showing up.
We retreat.
Exactly. And so these life interruptions, these inconvenient, painful life interruptions, they happen to everybody. We get sick, the car breaks down, your house floods, I don't know. Something will always come up. And obviously, like Sherry said, I know this firsthand. My mother passed away earlier this month from breast cancer. She was my best friend, so it was like a horribly devastating situation. And once I finally had a moment to sit back and think about coaching, because to be honest, I didn't for a whole day, which is a lot for me. My first thought was, oh shit, this is my last month to qualify for All-Star. So and I had been focusing on this since I started because I really wanted to hit it. Obviously, it's a huge milestone. In my mind, I had zero prospects. I had no brain to focus on creating a strategy to hit this. But I stopped and I took a second to think about why I started coaching in the first place, why I wanted that financial freedom, and I wanted to help other people get healthy for themselves and their families. And the successful coaches out there understand that shit happens, and they're always remembering or reminding themselves about why they started and their larger purpose for wanting to work the business in the first place. And while maybe their Beachbody training or their activities slow down during this time, they're still working on their business in some capacity. They make sure to stick to those vital behaviors, the fundamental activities for their business, and they get to work. So I had this in mind and I went to work. I created an ad on Facebook and I went to town using my Teamsy, which has been an absolute lifesaver. So if you don't have it, get it. And I was doing that for an hour or less every day. Even though I knew I wasn't 100% back and focused on the biz, I still wanted to show up every day. I was sending messages, I was connecting with prospects, and I was showing up in my team pages. I was inviting people and I was sharing what was going on in my life to a certain extent because I'm a super private person. So I was just at least letting people know why I was a little off. And I was getting back to my workouts and clean eating because obviously that went out the window when everybody was sending food and delicious treats. So I finally hit Success Club last Friday, and like, I know that I'm still not 100% back, but there are like extra things that I used to do, workout videos, live videos in general, that like, I'm going to start again soon, but you know, baby steps back into it. But the consistency with the 4 vital behaviors are what got me to where I am now. And so I just have 2 like quick tips to maintain consistency that you can get organized. And so the first one is to create a monthly schedule for yourself. I have this little thing, this little calendar guy right here. It's empty now, so ignore that. But a really good way to run, can everybody see this? I can't see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I started to do is the first week in the month, try to run a free group. You, I don't know, put it on your like page, tell everybody that you're going, invite a bunch of people to it. And then in the second week or the third weeks, I tried to run a challenge group. And then the last week, I will do like a sneak peek into coaching. You can either work with your success partner or your other teammates to run these groups together if your team isn't large enough yourself. That's what I do. And so I tried to run them in this order is so that I can allow for rollover, the participants rollover, because sometimes your free group, they'll want to join your challenge group, and then it leads right into it. That's perfect. And then the people from your challenge group can go right into your sneak peek. So I found that creating that schedule and doing that monthly is just really, doing it consistently has been really helpful. And another thing, that's step 2 or tip 2 or whatever, is to create a solid, non-negotiable power hour. I found this really awesome example that Sherry used in a Dash to Diamond group that I can post in the group after, like in the, I don't know, just in the group. But if you make the solid power hour for yourself, you block off a certain amount of times for each thing. So for adding new people, maybe block off like 5 minutes, just go through and add 2 to 3 people to your network daily. Return some messages, just only related to the business. And you can block off like 10 minutes to do that. Posting on your page, maybe block 10 minutes off to make a solid post there, and maybe also schedule some posts for the rest of the day so you don't have to think about it again. Inviting, so send out a few messages, maybe 2 to 3 per day. Present the business to 3 to 5 people weekly, and then you can track your progress. Like I said, I use Teamzy, which has been incredibly helpful, and I really think that everybody should do it because that totally changed how I stay consistent, because I'm kind of a competitive person, so I see it on there and I'm like, oh, I got to get this done or else I'm a loser. So I have to do it every day. But I found that that's super helpful. So if you don't have Teamzy, I would definitely get it. And that's what I got.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes.
On Teamzy, I have a question about Teamzy. On Teamzy, like, I put my prospects in, and then I have, like, I'm going through my messages from 2010, and like, I don't know any of the people, you know what I mean? So do a lot of them get back with you? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like your customers from Beachbody?
Yeah, I actually, like the assigned customers.
Yes.
I rarely hear back from them, to be honest with you. But I have it set up so that I put it in a reminder to follow up with them like 1 week after my first contact, and then maybe 2 weeks after that second contact. And then if they don't get back to me, I don't really know what to do by then. But I also don't have customers from 2010 because I just
started a year ago. So
yeah, well, but you know what I mean, like all your customers.
No. People keep popping up, and I've never talked to them before because they never answered me.
Okay. Yeah, like out of like how hundreds that I've sent so far, I think I've got 3 or 4, which the 3 or 4 that I've got are like, I think one used to be a professional bodybuilder, so I thought that was pretty cool, you know, he's doing Body Beast, but other than that, I love Teamzy. Like, I feel so organized when I'm doing Teamzy. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. It really is a great way to keep in contact with your customers and your prospects for sure.
Oh yeah.
Follow-ups. That's what I use it for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I used to suck at follow-ups, but now I just plug them into Teamsy and
you put them in your prospects, right, Sherry?
huh?
You put your people from Facebook into your prospects.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. Okay, I want to make sure I'm right on that. Yeah, I set my kitchen timer for like 45 minutes, and I just get on my Teamsy and go to town.
Yep.
And it's so easy. Like you can send out so many invites in like 2 minutes, though. I mean, it's crazy. It's just such an awesome tool. It is.
Absolutely.
It's definitely worth it. Cool. Well, yay. Congratulations, Amy.
Yes.
On hitting success.
Yes.
All-Star.
That's just awesome. That's just awesome. That's what an example you are for your team, though. That's amazing.
Yep, it is not easy.
Such an example, yeah.
And it's a great, awesome thing, especially with what you went through this month. Like, most people would not have done it, but you did. So that makes you an extra rock star. Does anybody have any questions or anything? No? All right. Awesome call, you guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
guys. See ya
Bye.
2 weeks from now.
Thanks, Amy.
Yes, 2 weeks from now. That's right. Bye.
Bye.